flying through the air in Brooklyn. And that man, his running mate back, Anthony Davis, first game after missing 17 with a knee injury, and he makes his presence felt on the first possession. The alley, the oop, and Anthony Davis was immediately getting himself involved. On the defensive end as well, James Harden come in and AD says, get that out of here. AD would play 25 minutes, 8 points, and 4 blocks. Russell will take it on the other end. Now, under 10 seconds to play in the first quarter, Lakers are up by 6. Take a look at Harden. No good. Now we're going the other way. LeBron, 2 seconds, 1 second, up and good, beats the buzzer, so the Lakers have an 8-point lead after 1. Third quarter, that lead is still 8. And here comes LeBron stepping into a 3. He had 33. The Lakers up double digits, and they wouldn't look back. 7 minutes to play in the game. Nets down by 11. Oh, LeBron's got the steal. Oh, Stephen A. Smith has made his way in studio. Take a look at that. Oh, that's LeBron going up and throwing it down. He's 37 years old in his 19th season. And then this is the very next possession. LeBron, the steal again, the powerful flush. He had 33, 7 boards, 6 assists. Michael Strahan there watching it and loving it courtside. The Nets fall again. James Harden frustrated.
I don't know about any reports. Of course, I'm frustrated because, we're not healthy. It's a lot of inconsistency for whatever reason. Injuries, COVID, whatever you want to call it. But it's frustrating. I think everybody in this organization is frustrated because we are better than what our record is, and we should be, on the way up. So that's all it is. I don't know about reports. If you didn't hear from me, I don't talk to nobody. I have an agent. if you don't hear from me, then it's reports. So, I'm frustrated because I want to win, and I'm a competitor. It's pretty simple.
All right, and so here's the frustration. James Harden last night, 33 points. The rest of his starting 5 had 36. He had more than half the team's assists last night. And again, he's doing it at home. They keep losing at home. And part of the reason for that is that Kyrie Irving doesn't play home games. And since KD went down, it's been a problem. And so the great Stephen A. Smith joins me in studio here, and you will notice immediately what he's wearing. We will work our way to the reasons for that. Obviously, it's the 2-year anniversary of the tragic loss of Kobe Bryant. But I want to start on this game because we were talking about it. You have expressed great frustration with the Nets, both on First Take and on our show on NBA Countdown. Now here, 2 weeks before the trade deadline, is James Harden expressing frustration. What do you think?
Well, first of all, what do you think, Grady? Because here's the deal. I work with you, the host extraordinaire on NBA Countdown, and have I not been telling you this? Have I not been saying this over and over and over again? And you know what it came down to? I just sat up there and said I was going to wait to say it, but now's the time. You know what the real problem is? He ain't a Knick. KD's not a Knick. Kyrie is not a Knick because he talked them into coming to Brooklyn, Greeny. And so what happens is this. Here, people will pack the Barclays Center. Where else they talking about Brooklyn? Nobody cares. Nobody cares. And that's what they're finding out. And if you're James Harden, you didn't sign up for this. You didn't sign up for Kyrie to be a part-time player. You didn't sign up for KD to co-sign everything that Kyrie does because that's his boy. It's supposed to be Lethal Weapon 3. We're supposed to take the league by storm. We're supposed to put the league on notice. We coming for the chip. That's what we here for, okay? That's what you're supposed to be doing. And everything that you're doing is supposed to exemplify that. But what has happened? You know what? KD's out because of injury because we know that KD will play basketball in his sleep. He'll never let you down. He'll always show up. But all the drama that has surrounded the Brooklyn Nets, James Harden is finding himself saying, I got to carry a load that I didn't anticipate carrying, and more importantly, it's too much unnecessary drama. And it's all getting in the way, and for what? A franchise that's outside the Barclays Center nobody cares about. New York Knicks win one playoff game. And you have people, including myself, we here. New York's going crazy. From the city to Albany, to Buffalo and beyond. In Brooklyn, it's limited to the Barclays Center. The second you leave Barclays Center, what's the first thing you're doing? Complaining about traffic on Atlantic Avenue. That's what the situation is, and that's the realization that he's coming to.
So you and Michael and Jalen have been telling me that all season long, but I have always assumed this was an after this year conversation. But the fact that this has come up so prominently 2 weeks before the trade deadline reminds me of when Odell wanted to get out of Cleveland, and very conveniently, right at the trade deadline, that came up. Do we think Harden might be gone in the next 2 weeks?
No, I don't believe that at all. Harden wants to be there. He wants to finish the deal this season.
Okay.
Now, after this season, I think he's willing to walk. Now, if you're the Brooklyn Nets, here's the issue. Kyrie Irving is a showstopper. He's box office. He's a $50 million a year player as far as I'm concerned. You walk through the turnstiles to see him play. The problem is if you were waiting in the tunnel for the team bus, the suspense, just as much as him playing, is the suspense involved. Is he on the team bus? Is he going to be there? What excuse is it going to be this time for him not to show up to work? And that's why you're the Brooklyn Nets. You can't depend on Kyrie, but you can depend on Harden because Harden's going to show up because Harden always wants to play. You can depend on KD because KD shows up and always wants to play. The problem is, as cool as KD is with Harden, he's just as cool, if not tighter, with Kyrie Irving. And so a lot of things that other people might have an issue with, KD has no issue with because that's his boy. And since that's his boy and he has no issue with them, and he's KD, you got to flow with KD because he truly is the franchise. That's the dilemma that the Brooklyn Nets are dealing with right now. Harden's dealing with it now. He doesn't have to deal with it after the season.
Quickly, let me